You got a full-time
Oh,
job with the
for sure.
town to say, well, we can part of their salary, you can take it over.
It wouldn't be taking it over, it'd just be doing program while they're there. So,
Right.
and any time they use to maybe help out with PKCA and stuff, so it wouldn't be like all of it, because we still have PKCA, we still have the board, we still have myself, so like, it wouldn't be a full, I wouldn't be like, here, you can have the keys to the whole thing.
Okay, thank you.
So you talked about, somebody from the rec department paying part of their salary, helping reduce the tax. Who does that person then answer to? You or?
Well, they would
do
answer.
they currently answer to, or a combination of both, and then it gets fuzzy there?
Yeah, and that's something that the board and everybody could discuss, but essentially, I report to the PKCA Board of Directors, and that position would kind of probably follow suit. I don't know, it's something that the board, if they decided this is the route they wanted to go and have some sort of workshop, we could iron out all those details, but I don't know, because I haven't sat down with the select board, had that discussion.
I think that we need to have a workshop with him and Deanna, so that the way of pros and cons. A lot cheaper.
Put your hand up, please.
Got another question?
You have a question over there.
The cost per child is $325 for about 5 to 6 weeks. So it runs half of that money. Whatever that, I don't know off the top of my head, but that's approximately the cost. Oh, I think she was first.
How many students from Brownfield attended this past year the pre-K program?
About 15 to 20-ish, I do believe, and this is something that I would discuss in some sort of workshop is polling, and something that we would pay for at PKCA is polling the community. Because I know there are a lot of parents that don't actually send their kids because they don't want to have to pick them up in Molly outfit. So I think there would be more, but that's something that we would pay for to kind of figure out what the need is. So like I'm coming to you with a possible partnership, but it's gotta make sense. If we only have 5 kids, it doesn't make sense. If we have 30, 35 kids, 20, 25 kids, it might make sense.
I'm a little bit confused about why you think it would be more valuable to have the program here instead of at Brownfield Inlet School, where the kids already are. Right.
I think it would be more valuable because they're not in the school and they would be at a bigger outside area, and it would give more freedom for the town to help run the program as they see fit, opposed to the school running the program. Because when it's at the school, then we have to follow certain guidelines, do certain things, but if it's at if it's at Brownfield Rec, it's a little different. So I think it would be more beneficial for the students to be there opposed to the school. Yeah, I mean, I would love to be able to pick our people up and put them to a different place. It's just, that's the best location for us because the students are already there. Oh, I think it was-
What happens when the grant money is no longer available at some point?
I will, so, I don't want us to say too much, but we have a contract with the school, and this grant is, unless some president says this grant can no longer exist, we're not gonna lose funding, because we have a contract with the school, we have a contract with the entire district, and our numbers are some of the best in the 21st century group of people. So don't anticipate that happening unless some president comes in and says, this is done. Which almost did happen last year. So that is a possibility. And if that happens, we are setting up we have plans, the board has plans to pay for this through donations and things of that nature. So a part of this grant is creating a sustainability plan to make sure, like, I have to fundraise X amount of dollars for the next few years to make sure that if the grant goes away, we have enough money to pay for the program going forward.
So I just wanted to comment that the economy seems to be tanking, and there's no better way to maximize dollars than with another organization. I'd like to know what the ratios are with so many people, participating in rec events. I'd like to know what the ratio of adults to children is, for safety reasons. But also, I know that the Toy Box program sponsored one child this year, and we would probably be interested in doing at least one next year as well. But my thought is, why would we as a community pay for a program over at Denmark and then split it with a program here where we can have two entities making one big amazing program?
But to answer your first question, I believe it's around, what we have to follow is 15 students to one person. So you would, if we had, say, 30 kids, we would need at least 2 to 2.5 people legally to take care of those kids. So that's kind of the ratio that falls under. We have some one-on-one students that we have at times worked with the school to give us someone from the school to focus on them, but that's essentially the ratio. I think you were next.
You're talking about, you had a program at Denmark Brownfield, and you wanna move it to the rec here, or try and move it to the rec here. Are you doing the same thing in Freiburg? Are you taking it from Mount Rocket in Freiburg rec, so they have more room to, and they're out of the school? Are you trying to do the same thing up there?
It would be a goal, but not right now, because we have a lot of kids that are at Mollyocket that go. That's where the bulk of our children are. I would love to do that, but there's some constraints there because right now the school pays for our staff. So, and I reimburse them. I do have a payroll system set up to start paying our employees directly. And that could be something that we could look at further down the line. We have talked, I have presented it to the board about that. It's just, they have to make that decision. I can't make that decision. It has to come from the board of directors.
It also makes more sense to start with a smaller town before you try to do it with a giant group.
We do,
Really young,
well, we
so-
do work with the Freiburg Rec. We added a couple extra weeks to our program through the Freiburg Rec to make sure we met grant requirements, which we're actually giving them money this year to offset the tax base in Freiburg. So it's kind of not the same, but kind of the same. Oh, you were first, I think. And then back here.
I would just be interested in knowing like what the differences would be between PKA and Anna's
Mhm.
proposed program. And I'm
Well,
wondering how those two could come together
Yeah.
for us would be amazing.
I don't know Anna's program, and honestly, I had this meeting set before I even knew that was happening. So to be fair, on my part, I didn't even know the survey went out until after I was given the opportunity to speak. The biggest part with us is that there's no additional taxes and it decreases your cost of the town.
Yeah. Just at the workshop, I'm wondering if Anna can be present, so you all can like
I think
collaborate.
she said, yeah. Yeah.
So, I would expect that a lot of the kids that go to Brownfield Denmark School that now are bused up to Freiburg would then be bused here instead.
Mhm.
What you're saying that you have 3 full-time coordinators up there. I mean, you want me to run this program here, are you gonna fire those coordinators?
No, I'm not asking you to run the program, I'm giving the town the opportunity to allow that. Like, this is up to the town, so if you.
Well, I'm just wondering if you've thought of that. If
Yeah.
you- Like, you're literally almost giving up these people's jobs.
No, I don't think so, because we have 2.5 people. If we lost 15 to 20 kids, I'd have to reevaluate where we are. My staff know I'm here. They know I've been very transparent with them, so one of my staff members is right there. So, I'd have to reevaluate, is that a possible situation? Maybe, Penny's getting older, she probably wanna retire soon. So maybe that's, an avenue, so that's something that would have a discussion, we would have to look at to make sure we're doing what's best fiscally for, and that Gail, and then you, I think Gail was first.
I didn't hear you say too much about Denmark students. Are they included in this idea?
Yeah,
Because the Brownfield Denmark School is like between Brownfield and Denmark. And so parents that are going to pick up their kids and they live in Denmark, well, they're gonna have to come to Brownfield. I mean,
Well, it'd be better than going to Freiburg, wouldn't it?
maybe, maybe not. I'm just putting
Yeah.
that out there.
Yeah.
I don't understand your emphasis on wanting to have it at the community center and not at the Denmark school. When the very first year that PKA came to this district, I ran a very successful program at the Brownfield Denmark School.
I
Right,
think-
BJ?
Yeah, I think where it started, like initially when I was looking at this program, I was looking at it to have it at Brownfield, Denmark. Then, over the course of the month after I asked to speak here, Brownfield is attempting to start an after-school program. So why wouldn't we work together? Like, wouldn't that make more sense? Like, yeah, I talked with Mary in June about having it at Brownfield, Denmark. I talked with Jay a couple weeks ago about having it there.
Is
But-
that MSAP 72?
Yeah.
Just to clear, okay.
Yeah,
thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm
so
sorry.
Jay's the superintendent,
Yeah.
obviously, and Mary is the principal at Brownfield, Denmark. So like, that's where it was initially going to happen. But like, if you guys are starting a program, why don't we work together and decrease the tax base? Decrease the taxes for the town. Like, wouldn't that make more sense? In my opinion, it does.
I
but
don't
if
know
it
how
doesn't-
it decreases the taxes in our town.
Well, because the rec department, if they had an after-school program, it would be funded by the taxpayers.
You don't know that.
Actually, an activation.
You don't know that.
Well, okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
But right now, if you started I can only speak on what's happening. If you started an after-school program tomorrow, the amount of money that is spent would be part of the budget for Brownfield Rec, correct? Like right now. So like, I can't speak what's gonna happen in 6 months, a year. I'm just saying that if it started tomorrow, it wouldn't increase your taxes.
But
I'm
it
not saying
doesn't
it's gonna
start
increase.
tomorrow, Jeff. It doesn't start tomorrow.
Well,
Let's
we
talk
would
in
hire
real
that
facts
person.
here.
That would be paid for through PKCA. So like, we would pay for the other employee, and we would, if Anna wanted to work, if she decided she wanted to work with PKCA for the after-school program, we would pay a portion of the already budgeted salary. So
Right.
say she gets paid, I don't know how much she gets paid, I'm throwing numbers out here.
But she's
Gets
already got
paid-
a full-time job, so it would have to be somebody else.
Well, would it? I don't know what the plan
Well,
is.
she has a full-time
Right,
job.
I don't know what the plan is for the current after-school program that's
Right.
being presented. So, it
She
would be
said
up
she
to
was
the
gonna
town.
pilot it. That doesn't
Right.
mean
Okay,
run it.
right, I appreciate your time.
Yeah,
We'll do a workshop.
perfect. But I think we have one. Can I answer the phone?
Ain't that what you push?
No,
No?
Oh, no?
you can be there, you can write it down, you can have a workshop. August 11th, at 6:30.
Does it have to be the 11th? I mean, I can make it work. The only thing I'm saying is I have the Freiburg town meeting on the 11th.
That's not good.
Can we do it before the executive?
That's the Freiburg meeting.
Yes, I have the Freiburg meeting at the 11th that I have to go to. I believe it's the 11th. Let me double check.
The 11th is, it's a Tuesday. Yeah, it's a Tuesday.
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry, that works, the Freiburg town meeting is not on the 11th, it is actually on the 13th, so I could do next 11th.
6:30. 6:30.
6:30, I'll put it on my calendar.
Sweet.
Thank you.